Hi, welcome back to Triangle Talks with Thang. Today's episode, I have a special guest, a special friend that I recently met, Stephanie Hester. So Triangle Talks with Thang, real quick, if you haven't seen it before, is the idea of me being Thang, so definitely introducing to you triangles, people in the triangle that I thought are really interesting. So Stephanie, say hi to the internet.
Hey everybody, I'm so glad you're here.
Stephanie, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, so I love what I do. I am, hopefully everybody can say that, right?
Yeah.
that's the goal.
Yeah, not everyone.
Well, that's the goal. But I get to work with people basically to help them connect and to help them grow more in themselves and to grow together as teams. I do it through a couple different ways, but one of the ways is through art. I use art as a modality.
Gotcha. And what is the name of your organization or business?
So it's just under me, Stephanie Hester, LLC. But the art program is called Paint Your Story.
What is entails or how does it work?
It's so fun. Can I say that enough? It's really fun.
Yeah.
So basically what we do is I take a team away. If I'm doing it for a team, sometimes I do it as a fundraiser for nonprofits.
Okay.
But I'll take a team off-site somewhere and we'll set up, I do a lot in breweries. I spend a lot of time in breweries. I'm not sure what that says about me.
I think we'll get together very well. Yeah. I like breweries too.
Yeah,
okay.
and Raleigh's the place for them.
Yes.
So we'll take a team off-site, like I said, generally to a brewery, and set up. Everything is based on the theme of the company. Or whatever the company is wanting to encourage for the day. And we get to tell stories through art and connect to the company. So in short, first of all, let me say we don't use paintbrushes. Never ever paintbrushes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because paintbrushes have a stigma to them. And when somebody picks up a paintbrush or sees a paintbrush, they think they have to be good. And this has nothing to do with being good.
So what do you encourage people to use, their fingers or how does it work?
A lot of people finger paint, but we have sponges, all sorts of sponges. I have hotel room keys. I have spatulas, all sorts of just fun, funky things.
Gotcha. And typically, how big is the group that you are aiming at, or?
Ideally 20 people is really good, 20, 25 for a team building event.
Okay.
For a fundraiser, up to 150 or more. I've set up at events where we've had 900 people there for fundraisers. So
tell us about, a recent event or one that you hold dear most that you thought was the funnest event.
Oh dear. So if I pick one that, whatever one I don't say, people are going to be like, hey,
maybe
wait a minute.
just a description around it, like
Okay.
what, was it in there somewhere, or maybe something vague so that they don't feel.
Yeah, I don't identify the participants. Well, I took so they're slightly different. Fundraisers are different because you get to really talk about the nonprofit. You get to have people connect with the nonprofit in just a fun, different way, and the nonprofit engages with the community, and I love that. That really gets me excited. But recently I took a team off-site, and we were at a brewery, and there were folks who had worked together for a long time. But to be able to hear them say things like, really? I didn't know that about you. I've worked with you for 15 years. I had no idea. And the way it works is we start everybody out with teaching them how to connect emotion to color. And so you got to kind of get past that stump first of this is art. Because we're not painting pictures. We're not painting words. It's all abstract. It's just throwing color on canvas. Okay. And so everybody, for this particular event, the company was really big on paying it forward. So I had everybody sit down after we did some of the initial icebreakers and people connecting, and I had them think back to a time where somebody had done something for them that they didn't expect. I said, it could be taken in your trash can. It could be somebody helping you in your career. Right. But I want you to think back and remember what that felt like, and then basically paint that on your canvas with color. And so they just kind of did this data dump, this emotional dump on canvas. And it was fantastic. So then anybody who wants to gets to share a little bit of their story. And so if you don't want to share, then nobody has any idea what you painted because it's just color.
And this is everybody on the same piece of canvas, correct?
Well, no, initially everybody does their own. But then, yes, we all come together and everybody paints the same one. So then what happens is after we share and everybody connects, They go through one by one. They come up to the front. We have a big empty canvas up front, and they pull a prompt. And the prompt is a word or phrase that is based on the company.
Okay.
So in this case, it was based on paying it forward. Painting it forward.
Painting it and paying it forward.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And so they drew a prompt, and I said, okay, you got 2 minutes. Pick a color and paint what that prompt means to you. How does that make you feel? And so by the time they're done, we did a couple rounds of this. The entire canvas was covered.
Wow.
They all did it together. Then they got to share what their prompt was, what they painted, and why. And it's so much fun because they start coming up to the front and pointing out what they painted and saying, hey, wait a minute, you covered up what I did. Why'd you do that? And so then the company gets to keep the piece.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think that's the best part of a team event is the ability to keep the memories of it. Not just pictures, but, like, wow, we created something together. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. I like it. It's a constant reminder of what you can do together as a team.
Awesome. So, yeah, how do people get in touch with you? We're running on time. Normally, I would ask you a little bit more about your inspiration and a little bit more about how you got the concept and how all the the organization, how people get there, all this cool and stuff. But I guess they have to call you and find out, right?
They do. I'm sorry, I get a little excited about what I do.
No. That's absolutely great. This is pique people's interest, and then they follow up with you afterward. So now that we're kind of running out of time, tell us about how do people get in touch with you? Where should they go and what should they call?
StephanieHester.com.
Yep.
Easy way to get me. Or my phone number is 919-925-1377.
Awesome. So I'm gonna have you try to have you do what everyone does and close the show out by hitting the rock.
Hey.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye guys. Thank you.